Good morning and welcome to my channel. It's morning my time. Today I just want to talk about just a few bits and pieces, things that have been occurring around my life and observations. Um, we all know this. Laziness is a horrible disease. It's a horrible disease. Um, Procrastination, and I suppose the other thing I want to talk about is depression. You know, I think I think this is topic is understated how many people are actually depressed, whether it's mild depression. I think a lot of people are because, and sometimes it's not just purely because of laziness, but what I'm going to talk about today is about the sense of the lazy component. And I'm being extreme here. This is about the high expectations, I'm not talking about just somebody who refuses to work at all. I'm talking about somebody who wants more out of their life. So imagine you got this feeling, okay? You got this feeling where you feel like you're more than just the average. You're more than just the guy who's going to work and making money. And you understand that you need to work. So you work, you make the money, you come home. And then, of course, naturally you're tired. So what you do is you sit down on your couch, you watch some TV, you eat some, whatever it is you do, red wine, donuts, whatever it is that you do. And you do that. As you sit there, one, you feel like, man, I've been working all day, so I deserve to sit, okay? But at the same time, while you sit there, you feel guilty that your life is not what it should be because once after you go to sleep, you're going to get up and do that job, and you don't love the job, okay? So for you to get out of that rut, that system, you kind of have to do something above, with those extra hours that you got, whatever it is, a side hustle, something that's going to allow you to escape the routine that you got yourself into, which a lot of people are caught up into it, okay? And the other part is this. A lot of people are caught up in jobs where the people treat them so bad that they have lost their own sense of identity. They have lost their cool. They have lost their excitement, which is something I also was going to talk about today, which is that sense of like you can't do you anymore. You just can't be just yourself because somebody's contained you into their culture, their company culture, and you lost that. Your identity that I think is losing your soul as far as I'm concerned. But back, I just digressed. Back to what I'm saying today. For you to step outside the system, you have to do something with those hours. So one thing, you're like, oh, I'm so tired. You come home, you just want to relax, but then your life becomes the same. So you gotta be a little bit more pushy and hardworking and a little hustle to step outside that. But we're too lazy to do that, and that brings about freaking depression. That's one thing I've observed. I made individuals know that they're talented in a certain area. They're fearful of change because that job is security. But then they don't have the drive to step outside that, and they're depressed. And I'm talking to people, and I'm just sensing this, and I think there's nothing worse. There's nothing worse in life than wasted potential because we don't know what some of these people can be if they step outside that. I have been in that situation, in the past, and I quickly identify and I recognize that this is not me. And I did something about it, and I always, with me, everybody that knows me knows that I just don't let situations continue. I believe in change. I believe that when I exit this life, I want to be like, you know what? I have run my race, I have kept the faith, I've done my thing. Because, we make excuses for things because of fear, but what is fear at the end of the day? I mean, if you're not dead from the last thing that you try to do and you're still here, then what's the point of not trying again, But the lazy thing just blows my mind because a lot of people, they just can't. They will talk about what they want, their dreams and their ambition, or I could have, whatever. And as you get older, as you know, time just runs. It just goes. 2017 is about to be finished in a matter of days. I just the part that gets me is the depression part. I talk to a lot of people and they're just so removed, so numb, and they all sound the same. But it just takes a little bit of that effort and get past that procrastination, that laziness, and you could be, somebody else. I just wanted to bring this brief video. I'm not going to touch too deeply on it, but it's just an observation. If you've observed the same thing, or you're in that situation, let's talk. Let's talk about it. Let's get the conversation started. I like to hear your views. I just think that we could have a lot more fabulous people around when you get past the procrastination, get past the laziness, and step away from that job that's toxic, and become fabulous, become awesome. Actually, tip before I leave. The biggest problem to why people don't get out there, right, sometimes, is because they're living a lifestyle of lavish when they don't have it. You know what I'm saying? Like they're living in a way that is not in keeping with their income, or it's maxed out. What you ought to do really is reduce your expenses, like really reduce your expenses. Live in a cheaper home, live in the suburbs. Don't be in the city in a nice, cute apartment. Live in an inexpensive apartment that if you don't go to work that day or you only work 4 days, it's okay, you won't hurt. But if you're living on the max, you will never step out of that situation. You know what I mean? Like you never will. So it's just identifying. I've identified that is a big thing. Usually they say, I got commitments, I got rent to pay, I got bills to pay. We all got bills. The bills don't go away till we die. But if I start to bump into you, I'm talking to you, and you're depressed, my soul gets depressed because I'm thinking, wow, just you can change it. You can be, not in an idealistic fashion, like but I'm talking it real. I'm talking real steps, like, if the job is draining your soul, quit it, and then aspire, push a little harder, learn how to sell on Shopify or something, or sell on eBay or something, and get happy, and then that will blow you, that make you a little bit more exciting, and then be less depressed. But I really do care, though, to be honest. I don't like to see people who are caught up in situations like this. But like I said, because I did, stop and then continue on. Let's have the conversation started. Let's talk about it. I would like to hear your views. Thank you.